Hello, fellow star stuff. Hello, happy Friday night. We are back with some more. Go over to game screen. I think the game might actually not be up. Oops. Let me tell OBS to capture the correct game. Yeah? Okay. Yay! Alright, we are back with some more Never 7, The End of Infinity. Is this finally the end of Infinity? Close. Close. It's the penultimate stream. Hoping that we can get through 2, maybe even 3 of the endings, and then that'll leave one ending and then the grand finale for next time. And I'm hoping the grand finale isn't too long, but I might be I might be wrong about that. So it kind of depends. But yes, we are continuing with the YUKA append route, which after taking a break from when I originally started, it's been a lot better. It's been a lot better. I've been enjoying it slightly more. I think what was happening last time? It was like a whole thing between where is she? Here we go. Between YUKA and Saki. So there is that. Oh, and a raid. Hello, welcome on in, raiders. Hello, Petri. How was your stream? I didn't know you were online tonight. I was like, I had a few checked in on a few streams. I didn't know you were online. What were you streaming? What were you streaming? I hope it went well. Welcome on in, everyone. My name is Courie Cosmos. I'm the delivery girl of the universe. Just kind of here on chill Friday night, playing some Never 7. We're almost done with the game. This is a game that's created by the same creator as Zero Escape and I the Somnium Files. So if you have any interest in it, for the sake of avoiding spoilers, no worries if you have to bow out. But still, it's been a fun ride so far. It was great. We played Water Park Simulator. Oh, nice. Nice. Is that like, what is it? Is it like, is Tycoon, the Tycoon game, that one, the one that I'm thinking of, is it like that? Where you're building, I think it's the game where you build like a theme park and stuff like that. Is it kind of like that? Kind of, maybe I'm on the mark there. One of these days I'll probably do like maybe a one-off simulation game of something. Something. I mean, I've already done American Truck stream. American Truck Simulator, so there is that, but still. Also, yes. So welcome on in, everyone, again. Kind of like that, except you also get to push people into the pool. Oh, I see. I see. That makes sense. Petri spent 4 hours hyper-focusing on making a water park that violates the Genova Convention. Amazing. Amazing. I hope that it turned out perfect. Exactly as you envisioned it. Truly. Great. If I learned anything from the game, is that there's a lot of poop involved in pool management. I can imagine, unfortunately. Very unfortunately, I can definitely imagine that. I hope all of the poopers have been banned permanently. But yes, if you have to bow out, take a rest for, both you, Petri, or anybody else as well, no worries. I'm just gonna be here. I just started stream, so yeah. Again, customer service, very expected. Ban poopers. Thank you for the hydrate as well. Where is my water bottle? That's a good point. Oh, it's over there. Okay, I will take a sip of water right now. All right, thank you again, Mr. Calamity, for the hydrate. I appreciate it. It's 3 a.m. for me, so I'm gonna head out. Have a good stream. I love your model, by the way. Thank you, Narcotic. I appreciate it. Yes, 3 a.m. is very late. Have a wonderful rest of your night or early morning. So, but yes, what was I saying beforehand? I was saying, so there was a thing going on between YUKA and Saki. This is very much the YUKA route from YUKA's perspective, is what we're going through. And Saki said something basically like he's just like the guy from middle school, the guy, the Chad of all time that everyone's apparently in love with. And Yuka's like, yeah, he really is. And then Saki was like, I'm probably gonna ask him out. And he's gonna be mine. And I'm like, oh, okay. And Yuka's like, oh, okay. So maybe there's something to be said there. I don't think it's not like too insane. It's not something quite on the level of like Izumi Kyoru, and it's like, of course delusions are made manifest and become reality, don't you know? Didn't you know? It's not something like that, but it is still like an interesting look into Yuka's character after, like, I don't know, what is it, 6 months of clowning on her and being like, who the hell is this? Who the hell is this? exactly true. Who I don't know this person. I don't know her. So Fuka, exactly. Oddly, yeah, that's pretty normal for Never 7. Yeah, exactly. But yes, let me continue. Load the game. This is a separate save I have going on when I want to test the game. Where were we before? 17? I think 17. Load data? Yeah. Yeah, it'll be fine. Alright. After finishing our breakfast sandwiches, Makoto and I walk along the coastline. A picture-perfect blue sky spreads out above us. On the other side of the sea hangs a spring haze, and the distant sailboats seem like illusions. Hey, Yuka, are we going cherry blossom viewing again today? Makoto asked with a wary smile. After all, we had already gone to see them twice recently, once on the previous 4th and the day before yesterday. Nah, I'm not gonna go. Today, how about we go to Luna Beach and just relax? Yeah, sounds good. We have to meet up at Luna Beach at 5 anyway. Besides, when I see cherry blossoms, it reminds me of something, you know? My first love, that boy. Oh boy. All right, we're getting into it very, very quickly today. I steal a glance at Makoto's face. It's a mixed expression of confusion and frustration. I'm sure Makoto-kun also loves you, Yuka-chan. Who said that? Was that Saki? I don't remember that. Oh, Izumi. Oh, yeah. Okay, we had a nice scene as well between Izumi kind of patting Yuka on the shoulder and being like, I'm sure he likes you as well. I was like, there's no way Saki said that to us. I'm pretty sure Saki was super mean last time. Izumi-san's words from last night run through my head once more. Makoto loves me too? My heart starts pounding furiously. Once she said it, I can't get her words out of my head. To keep my pounding heart from being heard, I clasp both hands to my chest. Once I regain my composure, I notice Makoto's returned to his usual self. Right, and because we've seen this from Makoto's perspective, we kind of know that, like, he's like, am I jealous of this guy? Am I jealous? Is like, she always brings him up. Why does she keep bringing it up? I don't think Makoto knows at this point, but I mean, it's because he died in a fire being a Chad and like saving everybody. So, you know, I feel like it would be kind of nice to at least remember him somewhat. He's whistling cheerfully. Nah, it just can't be. In the first place, I'm not sure whether I really love him or not. 12:49 a.m. Luna Beach is still empty. We sip coffee while chatting with Izumi-san. Eventually, Izumi-san starts talking. Oh, you don't know about Laplace? Laplace's demon. They're words from a French mathematician and astronomer. Suppose there is a demon capable of knowing the state of everything, everywhere, at a particular moment. Even if that moment is incredibly brief, for the demon, it's enough to glimpse the states of the past and future. Essentially, what Laplace wanted to say was, everything that happens in the world, no matter how small or significant, is predetermined and not a result of chance. Yeah, I'm sure you love this theory, Izumi, but you know what? We've already proven that you have no clue what you're talking about from your cure route. You have no clue. You just don't know anything. Regardless of how tiny or, of course, large an event may be. It occurs not by chance, but by necessity. In philosophical terms, it's called a deterministic worldview, you know? Everything that happens in the world is predetermined. It occurs not by chance, but by necessity. Everything that happens is predetermined? I really don't like those words. I dislike them as much as the time paradox stuff I heard from Makoto on the night of the 2nd. Oh, I thought I knew this experiment. It sounds familiar. It was brought up previously. I don't know when. I'm assuming, I guess, in the original YUKA route. But it was definitely brought up in the game at some point. So this is not the first time we've heard about it. And here comes the Never Seven-ism. The Never Seven, did you know? I wanted to tell you about this amazing fact. Eventually, by some weird chance, I end up agreeing to work for free for a week at Luna Beach during summer vacation this year. I don't even know why I decided to take on a job like that. I also remember this vaguely. That was like, oh, a blast from the past. Yes, this technically happened. Maybe I wanted a short-term goal or something. 1:25 p.m. After lunch, we come to the shopping district. Makoto and I had agreed to help with the barbecue. We've got to buy a massive amount of beef, green peppers, onions, oil, and beer. The beer is for me. Yuka's just like, the beer is for me. All of the beer. It's literally just for me. But the truck won't start and the bicycle's totaled. So we reluctantly decide to hoof it. Hoof? Hoof? Hoof it? I've never heard that. I've never heard that expression. Some tens of minutes later, we're carrying a bunch of shopping bags. I've heard it somewhere else too, but I don't know where. Yeah, I've heard it vaguely in passing. I think there's an anime a long time ago. What was it? Rampo's Laplas, I think, is the name of the anime. It aired like a billion years ago. So I think I've heard it in passing from there, but I think I heard it in the Bunny Girl anime. Actually, it might have been from that as well. That might be where I heard it too. Yeah. I've watched the first season of that, so if it got brought up at that point, then I would have seen it. I guess anime just loves this trope. Loves it. It always wants to talk about it. Some tens of minutes later, we're carrying a bunch of shopping bags. Phew, I hope we didn't forget anything. Yeah, I don't think we did. But isn't there too much beer? Haruka and Kurumi can't drink, you know. That's not much beer at all. Okay, Yuka. Are you serious right now? We bought 8 6-pack. 8? 8. We don't need that much. Yuka, they're so heavy. This bag's dangling down. Makoto seems unable to move. Well then, let's head back. I say calmly, but I'm thinking, what the heck? Just the other day, he carried sake along with the rice. Of course, I don't say this out loud. I mean, he's being so nice to you. He's being so nice to you. He's trying to help with your obvious problem with drinking. Yuka, you gotta stop this. Finally, we decide to borrow a cart from the store to transport Makoto's bags. 2:04 p.m. Just as we get back to Luna Beach. I just remembered something. What is it? Did we forget to buy something? No, not that. You know, during dinner yesterday. Did you want to talk to me about something, Yuka? You were giving me quite a serious look. I wonder. After that, we didn't have a chance to be alone, and after the test of courage, I went to sleep right away. The test of courage. Really? Nothing was going on? You can tell me anything, Yuka. Your problems are my problems. So canonically in the Yuka route, Saki is the person you're supposed to hang out with for the test of courage, I guess. And that didn't happen because I'm pretty sure well, maybe it happened. This would have been the second route around, which, the second loop, you get less choices. But that might not have happened for me because obviously I was trying to go for the Haruka route, and that just didn't end up happening the first time around. So I think that's something to keep in mind as well, is that Makoto would have spent a lot of time with Saki anyway. In which case, Saki really does just feel like a plot device for Yuka to be jealous, which is kind of unfortunate. Kind of unfortunate. Rascal does not dream of Bunny Girl Senpai. Yeah, that anime, that one. So, Yukaholic, truly, Yukaholic. No, I didn't mean it like that. I just mean we need to cooperate. What did you say? If you didn't hear me, then never mind. But about yesterday. Yesterday? I told you, it's really nothing. It's just when I saw you eating, I somehow lost my appetite. What do you mean? Nothing. If you have something to say, then tell me. Well, then I will. What is it? During the test of courage yesterday, I saw a severed head. I know. What? Why? Why do you know about that, Makoto? I think that head was real. Even I realized what a sad performance that was. What's truly frightening is hearing the truth. What was the truth? wait. The truth. So I'm pretty sure that was supposed to be like, oh, hey, it's like, I know obviously because we've looped. Yuka, we're doing the same thing over again. Of course I know. That's what I think that was supposed to be. But are we also saying that, like, she went out of her way? Because I remember with the Izumi regular route, she'll, like, strangle you. she strangles Makoto, kind of like as payback or vengeance, but also because she's kind of scared. So was that supposed to be it? Is like she saw Makoto and then strangled him because she thought it was a severed head? Maybe. It's okay. No one likes Saki anyway. Yeah. Just most disappointing character of this game has been Saki. So congrats to her. Congrats to her for, you know, somehow getting that role. The barbecue begins. Everyone holds paper cups in their hands. Inside is ice-cold beer, although Kurumi and Haruka have orange juice. A fragrant smoke rises from the grill. Everyone's expressions are even brighter than before. Izumi-san, that meat in front of you looks ready to eat. You think? I think it needs a little more time. Then it'll end up burnt. But your meat looks totally undercooked, Saki. Crab. Huh? Look, over there. You can see a crab. Oh wow, for sure! Look, Okun, there's a crab over there! Is it Crab Prince? Bushido Crab? You guys are just so innocent. I like the two spectrums of normal conversation versus whatever the hell these two are talking about. It's really great. It's really cool. Saki, your meat is undercooked. Okay, Saki, you obviously need to burn the meat a little bit more. There isn't a hint of negativity on Saki's face, and Haruka's in an unusually good mood. I mean, of course, there's no argument between them this time. Hey, Saki-chan, is your perfume lilac? There we go. Now you can tell, it's a blend of lilac and fruits. Are you in love with someone, Saki-chan? Of course not. That's not why I'm wearing perfume. Saki, that's the meat I was aiming for. Okay, and she's angry. She's angry at me now. Okay. How do you even strangle a severed head? True! Why'd she think it's a severed head I mean, I'm still here. I'm still here, Yuka. Why? Being the most unliked, or being the one that no one remembers? I mean, it's an interesting thing. Unironically, I was actually going to talk about this at the very end of the game when I finished talking about it. We're going to talk a little bit about Yuka and Saki because certainly two of the characters of all time. Oh, quiet down. It doesn't matter, right? Is your name on it or something? Aww. Yuka, deal with this bougie girl, would you? Yuka? Huh? What? Boy, you really are spacing out. Are you feeling okay? Am I spacing out? Maybe I drank too much. But you're only on your first beer. I'm gonna go over there and sober up. Yuka. I head for a rocky area a little ways away from everyone. Somehow I can't bring myself to join in the festivities. Makoto's voice bothers me. Saki's voice bothers me. The two of them happily talking together just pisses me off. What's happened to me? I didn't have a day like this during the last 6-day loop. I mean, yeah, you're feeling jealous of them now, but also it's because why did Saki have to like go out of her way to say, by the way, I'm also gonna try and date him. Just saying. Teehee, haha. Why did she do that? I wasn't feeling jealous of those two. Is this jealousy from history being changed? Or is this proof that I really love Makoto? I can hear small waves upon the shore. It sounds like they're agreeing with me. Just then. Yuka-san! What? Kurumi-chan? What's going on, Kurumi-chan?
That's what I want to ask you, Yuka-san. What are you doing over here?
Nothing at all. Just trying to sober up.
You're lying.
Huh?
You're lying to me, Yuka-san.
How did you know?
I learned how to tell you when you're lying a long time ago.
You look away when you lie, Yuka-san. I've known you for like 3 days, Kurumi. How do you know?
What I hypothesize, recently you might have gained weight, you're worried about it, aren't you? What?
These two have kind of a similar placement, so I can't go back and forth between the voices easily for them. Strangled so hard that you sever the head. Exactly. Exactly that. So she basically killed us in that one timeline. It really felt like Saki was intentionally trying to force Yuka to make a decision about Makoto. Yeah, that is probably going to be the reason behind it, but it also feels like, man, you couldn't think of any other way to go about doing this? This, you know, kind of feels bad. Feels pretty awful, we'll say.
Bullseye, right?
No, not auto mode, not auto mode. How do I turn this off? Okay. You got me.
I knew it! I was thinking you needed one. Ta-da! Miracle!
Kurumi takes a can of beer out of her pocket.
Pretend I fooled you and drink up.
Don't worry, just get drunk. It will solve all your problems. Okay.
Oh, and don't worry about your weight. It clearly says low calorie on the can. It's so boring if you don't get drunk,
Yuka-san. You're so boring when you're not drunk, Yuka.
Are you surprised I bought you a beer?
Yeah.
I knew it was a good idea to keep it inside my clothes. It was sure cold, though. But I wonder if I got the beer a little warm.
That's totally fine.
Really? Great.
I take the can from Kurumi-chan. Pshaw. I pull off the lid, and down the hatch it goes. Kurumi-chan's warmth seeps into me. Weird line, but okay. All right. I think I understand the intent behind the behind the line. It's her kindness. Her kindness kind of has been reached, but also weird. I guess they kind of translated that as is, and they were just like, whatever, it's fine. Weird line, but okay. All right. I'm gonna forget about all that crap and get my drink on.
Oh yeah, that's our Yuka-san.
Yep, it's time to drink and forget all this negative stuff. The lukewarm beer has improved my mood. Finally, when I return to everyone, Haruka's holding a grimy plastic bag. Oh no. Oh no. We're gonna eat these little bugs. It's gonna be so great. Okay. 7:47 p.m. It's been about an hour. The barbecue is in full swing. We tease each other, horse around, and enjoy the cheerful atmosphere. In the meantime, I had downed quite a lot of beer. Just how many cups? I've already forgotten. I know you were faking trying to sober up. Here, take this beer and get more drunk. You don't need to sober up. Here, have more of it. Eventually, the alcohol reaches my brain and my legs begin to wobble. I shout loudly, repeating the same things over and over. Of course, I'm slurring my words like crazy. I get angry, cry, laugh, get depressed, all while speaking incoherently. I'm pretty damn busy. Suddenly, someone taps me on the shoulder. It's Makoto. He gestures toward the distant rocky area with his thumb. Then he slowly heads that way. I guess he'd like to talk to me in private. I tilt my head and follow Makoto, feet unsteady.
Makoto, what's going on?
Hey, I need to talk to you about something important. What's up?
I bet you're gonna confess to me, huh?
Idiot, no damn way.
Oh, you speak, Makoto. Then you should have done it sooner. I feel the same way, you know, Makoto.
Huh? I'm sobering up. Makoto stands there, bewildered. Here, I've got to play it off.
Just kidding. It's just so fun to tease you, Makoto. What you do, Makoto, is so cute.
I pretend to be drunk.
So, what's this important thing?
Listening? I'm only gonna tell you once. I give a haughty nod. Makoto tells me about Kurumi-chan. Last time Kurumi-chan went missing after the barbecue. Oh yeah, right, right. I also vaguely remember this scene as well from the YUKA route. It's all so vague though. I think we're coming up on about, what is it? About, I don't know if it's exactly that, but I think we're coming up on 7 months of playing Never 7. So truly, it has been 7. In which case, it's been quite a long time since I saw the original YUKA route. Last time, Kurumi-chan went missing after the barbecue. Searching for her, we went to that shrine. It's so surreal YUKA narrating this so coherently while being completely smash drunk. True. So appropriate, truly appropriate. That's what I was saying, is like, maybe we might be coming up on 7 months. We might be at 6 months. You know, if we end at 6 months, then, you know, that's going to be less appropriate. Because it was truly Never 7. But still. Seeing that talisman at the shrine started this infinite loop. In other words, to avoid history repeating itself, we can't let Kurumi-chan go to the shrine. Kurumi-chan disappearing is the very definition of bad history. So Makoto will watch over Kurumi-chan all night, is what he tells me. Shouldn't YUKA be the one doing that? Well, I mean, she's drunk anyway, so you know what?
Oh, that's what you mean.
Will you help?
Of course.
That's not her voice.
Of course.
But, like, do you really get what I'm telling you right now?
Oh, I got this. Just leave it to me.
Makoto shrugs. He might be thinking it may not be wise to rely too much on a drunk. And just then, the game just loves this one phrase. Just then, we hear a splashing sound. That sound, it's the same sound I hear at the previous barbecue. I don't need to turn around to know what happened. Saki had accidentally spilled her beer all over me. Huh? All over me? What do you mean? Why are you surprised by this? But I'm over here right now, which means, oh, okay, something we wouldn't have known before is that it was done on purpose. Seemingly. Maybe? Maybe. If she's going out of her way to be like, hey, you need to make up your feelings about Makoto, I feel like she wouldn't do that on purpose. But if she's genuinely like, hey, I'm going after Makoto, you better make up your mind and get out of the way. Then yeah, that would be intentional. Interesting. I slowly turn. The group is gathered around the grill. Saki is holding her empty paper cup. And the contents of the cup had landed. Oh, whoa. Never mind. Ignore what I just said. I'm not remembering the game correctly. On Kurumi-chan. From the chest down, Kurumi-chan's clothes are completely soaked. Okay. Never mind. Forget everything I just said. I don't remember what happened. Who did she spill the beer? Wasn't it? No. She always spills the beer on YUKA. I forgot about that. I was like, in my brain, I thought to myself, like, she always spills the beer on Haruka for some reason. That's not true. We've only seen this one sprite twice in the entire game. So I see. Because I'd stepped out of the circle, the spill had reached Kurumi-chan directly.
No, Saki-san.
I'm sorry. The group falls into a quiet stillness. I'm really sorry, Kurumi-chan. She apologizes from the bottom of her heart. Moreover, Saki begins to wipe Kurumi's wet clothes with a cloth. Okiko-kun remains silent, refraining from saying anything unnecessary. And Haruka, standing nearby, doesn't seem upset at all. Then... Well now, Saki-chan, are you maybe drunk? That's your sister. You don't check on her. It's like, hey, you okay? You need anything? He's like, yeah, whatever. Whatever. The severed head did it on purpose. Final answer. Wait, what? I thought she tossed it on Haruka. Yeah, I completely forgot. I completely blanked out there about it. I remember Saki and Haruka fighting during this scene. Am I having a Mandela effect? No, you're correct. She spills it. Saki spills the beer on YUKA, and then Saki is like kind of mean, to be honest. It's her and Okiko that are kind of mean, and then Haruka is like, wow, you're so mean, and then they get into an argument with each other. And then YUKA also kind of technically inserts herself into the argument because she's drunk. And she's like, I want to be here too. So, well now, Saki-chan, are you maybe drunk? You're always so clumsy, Saki-chan. I'm gonna miss voicing Okiko with his stupid face. I'm gonna miss doing this. Oh, I'm such a juice bag, you know? I'm gonna miss doing this voice. laughter erupts. It's a cheerful laughter, as if we're trying to make light of Saki's blunder. Of course, Kurumi-chan has a smile on her face as well, her usual gentle smile. Saki herself seems to be blushing and laughing in response to our teasing. It's as if everything has changed. The atmosphere is so peaceful, completely different from last time. Why? I guess I don't really need to think about it that much. Once again, the bad history has turned into good history. This time, however, it's particularly noteworthy that it happened without my intending it to. We hadn't intentionally tried to prevent a fight, but rather that happiness had rolled in on its own accord. Is luck now on our side? With that thought, a strange excitement wells up within me. Makoto and I are a little behind the others, yet we laugh way more loudly than anyone else. After that, the barbecue continues, and laughter never ceases to fill the air. So Kurumi shouldn't have to go missing, right? Because I'm pretty sure the whole point of Kurumi going missing was like the clone. It's because Saki was being mean. Is like, you clone, you clone, you clone. And then that, for whatever reason, it makes Kurumi, I don't know, question something or remember something about the shrine, and so she goes looking for it, is what I think was happening there. Afterwards, we return to the lodge, still carrying the cheerful atmosphere from the barbecue. Since we're all reluctant to end the party at Himekahama, shall we go to the lodge and play cards or something? Everyone is pleased with Izumi-san's suggestion. Our game of cards, known as Seven Bridge, turns out to be surprisingly exciting. Eventually, everyone is so tired they fall asleep around 2 a.m. As usual, Haruka is in her room. Okiko had gone up to the loft to sleep. Saki, after Seven Bridge, returns sleepily to her villa. She had actually wanted to stay overnight at the lodge with everyone, but there was no place for her to sleep. The living room sofa was occupied by Izumi-san, and somehow Kurumi-chan had taken over Makoto's bed without him noticing. So there was really no place left for Makoto to sleep. Looks like he'll have to spend the night on the hard floor. And I'm next to Makoto right now. Okay. I don't remember this as well. I was like, obviously I'm gonna go back to my own room. I mean, if you're here, surely Saki could have stayed over. It's just like, nah, we don't want her to. We're leaned against the wall in his room, sitting on the floor. In front of us, Kurumi-chan is fast asleep, breathing soundly, calmly. It just occurred to me that maybe the reason that, because we make the promise of like, hey, make sure we don't go to that shrine. We're not gonna get involved with it anymore. Whatever. We're not going back in time, and we both agree to it. And then, you know, Yuka still goes to the shrine anyway. And I thought like maybe she wants to go back in time all the way to save the boy from the fire, but I don't think that's what it is. I think she gets so jealous that she's like, I have to redo this week. I have to go back, just me. I have to go back in time and redo this whole week over again because Makoto is obviously in love with Saki and not me. That's why she goes back. Yeah, I think I'm on the money with that one. Makoto and I gaze gently at Kurumi-chan's peaceful sleeping face. Things really turned out great, huh? I whisper without taking my eyes off Kurumi-chan's face. What do you mean? About Kurumi-chan. We just played cards this entire time. We didn't have to keep a close watch on her. I guess. Judging by how well she's sleeping, she probably won't wake up until morning. Yup. We probably won't ever go to that shrine again, will we? Are you sure about that? Don't think so. So that's the end of that, huh? Hey, it's way too early for that. You think? Yeah. Clearly no one wants Saki here, basically. Again, I'm gonna have so many choice words about about why Saki even exists in this game, because I don't understand. She wants to go back and watch. Okay, that theory is giving me bunny girl anime flashbacks. Yeah. Oh gosh, it's been so long since I watched the anime. It's been so long since I watched the anime. I don't remember very well. Just to be safe, will you stay with me tomorrow night? You don't trust me. I mean, yeah, I don't. I don't. And I know I wasn't right to trust you anyway. It's not that. Then what is it? I said just to be safe. So you still don't trust me? Makoto doesn't trust me. When I think about that, my heart throbs with pain. Wait a sec, Yuka. You're saying I should trust you, but weren't you the one who broke our promise on the 6th? That was... You said I won't ever come here again in front of that shrine. As Makoto says this, I can tell he's realized something. Hey, Yuka, I haven't asked you yet. The reason you wanted to go back to the past. Wait. Well, no, we're still gonna meet up with her at the shrine again anyway. She's still gonna find her way back there again, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. But she's still... Because Yuka's route is special because we're both realizing basically during the first loop is like, hey, we've been traveling back in time, and Yuka still goes and does stuff anyway. So time loops and Laplace's demon. Truly. Well, that's... I want to know. You never told me. Oh, come on. So of course I won't trust you. I don't even know the reason. Where's the guarantee that you won't? That scene flashes before my eyes. Kurumi rolls over in her sleep at Makoto's loud voice. Makoto. You're horrible, Makoto. Got it, I got it. I'll tell you everything. I say and slowly stand up. Kurumi-chan might wake up, and this is when we go when we're supposed to go to the cherry blossoms. I don't know if we're still gonna go back there because we've gone there quite a bit. I quietly leave the room. Makoto follows right away. Oh, no. Never mind. This is the scene of looking up at the stars. Look at me just like getting half the game wrong. I thought for sure this was going to be the other scene. No. I sit on the short staircase leading to the terrace. Makoto sits down next to me. A biting cold night breeze sweeps through. It's freezing. But that's not because of the wind. The vast mass of stars in the sky radiates brilliantly, just like that night. Just like that night's sky. The stars continue to twinkle, as if they were resonating with some lingering pain. Eventually, I bite my lip, severing the last shred of hesitation. Also, the crying scene. I remember this. I remember this as well. With my gaze on Makoto in a faint voice, I begin to confide everything to him. I just had to go back to the past. I realized it on the night of the 5th, when you and I went to the shrine and talked about time travel. After we went back to our rooms, I couldn't stop thinking about it. But as I tossed and turned over and over in bed, as I finally began to fall asleep, I suddenly realized the meaning of those words. The meaning of the words on the talisman. At the end of the spring rain, at the tip of the cape, with the ringing bell, time melts away. Suddenly, I noticed that it had started pouring. Feeling the cold touch of the bell in my pocket, I headed for the edge of the cape. Because I thought that by doing so, I could definitely go back. I wanted to go back to that time. Okay, yes. Originally, you went back because you wanted to meet the boy. Now you're going back because it's like, I messed up this week, and I really want Makoto to like me, I think. I'm pretty sure. To be fair, it's been 7 months and 5 routes. Just about, yeah. It's Yuka, and then Haruka, Kurumi, Saki, Izumi, Cure, Izumi regular, and this is my 7th route now, which is Yuka Cure. So this is 8 routes total in the game. And this is route 7. So yeah, it's been a lot. It's been a while. I wanted to go back to that time. That boy, my first crush, he told me that he loved me, but I couldn't tell him. I couldn't tell that boy how I feel. Yuka, are you telling me? I wanted to tell him I loved him. I just had to tell him that. If I don't, then for something like that, just for that? But it's already over, and what the hell, Yuka? So have I been manipulated all this time by your selfish feelings? These past 10 years. No, it could be these past 10 days. No, it could be 10 years or 100. During that entire time, you've been manipulating us with those stupid, childish feelings. You've got it all wrong. I've got it wrong. Wrong. How the hell am I wrong? Well, yes, I remember this as well, and I thought this blow-up was so unnecessary from Makoto, to be honest. It's like, just, we're at a point of agreement right now. Hey, don't do that. Slap on the wrist, don't do it again. Just, it's fine. He died in a fire. My guy, you don't understand. It's pretty traumatic. Well... whatever then. Fine. It's fine. I don't give a shit about any of this anymore. How could you do that? How could you... Makoto shakes his head, stands up. His shoulders and arms hang limply. His eyes, drifting in space, seem to be seeing nothing. He staggers dizzily up the stairs. Makoto! I speak to him as he walks away from me. But without a word, without even turning around, Makoto disappears into the lodge. She's doing all this for a crush, homie. Move on like the rest of us. Yeah. To be fair, I would be saying this as well. However, what I will say is that he died in a fire. He died in a fire in a very serious and traumatic way. So I'm willing to give her the benefit of the doubt here. that is what I will say about that. Still, though, it is very much like, whoa, Makoto, whoa, you don't understand. You don't understand. It's just been a lot. It's been a lot of trauma that you're not privy to. I don't think Makoto actually learns about it until Saki talks to him a second time. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. Makoto was brutal though. Yeah, just a little bit. a little bit. As far as we know, she's only looped once. True, we only know that she's, well, that's not true, right? Loop 0 and then loop 1 is when the game starts, and then loop 2. So as far as we know, we've looped at least 3 times. Definitely. It's been 3 weeks of this, at the very least. Because we had to have a ground zero for us to come together at the end of the first loop and be like, oh my gosh, we've been time traveling, no way, no way, that's crazy. I lay on my bed, staring at dark ceiling. Staring at the dark ceiling. There we go. There's a lot of typos in this game. With the lights off, the dark room reminds me of a starless night sky. It's so quiet. The only sound reaching my ears is the ticking clock. Darkness and silence. Various scenes race through my mind. I'll grant you one wish. A hypothetical story I often entertained in the past because I watched a lot of Madoka Magica. No, it's okay, you don't need this. Once more, I want you to go back. Oh, once more, I want to go back to that time. I thought this was QA speaking. The former me wished for that. Unfulfilled feelings from a distant past. Are you okay with everything, Yuka? About the boy? Of course I'm not. Of course I'm not. I'm not okay. I guess I'm not okay. I haven't completely let go of him. If anything, I might still be bound to the past, that time. I've looped in my head more than once. Yeah, when you're playing this game, it feels like I'm just kind of looping through the same dialogue I've seen, even though the game is like, no, you can't skip through it. You haven't seen this, of course. You haven't seen it. For a very long time, almost to the point of forgetting. I wanted to tell him I loved him. I just had to tell him that. That's my eternal wish. So have I been manipulated all this time for your selfish feelings? These past 10 days? No, could be 10 years or 100. During that entire time, you've been manipulating us with those stupid, childish feelings. For someone you love to tell you they love you, to respond that you love them too. Is that such a bad thing? I've gradually lost sight of it. For something like that. Just for that? You've got it all wrong. That's not it. That's not it. How the hell is it different? Well, perhaps Makoto is right. In JP Guide translated into EN from decades ago, we trust. True. Although I think this guide has been updated for the Steam version, but I do think this is an old guide, which truly from decades old. Congrats. I'll
I'll grant you one wish. It's me, Cube.
It was a bad Cube impression, but it'll be fine. A hypothetical story I often entertained in the past. What do I wish for now? As I gradually get sleepier, I think about the night I saw the shooting star with Makoto. Alright, April 5th, Friday. Yuka. Someone's calling my name. I don't know who. Come on, you have to wake up soon. Oh, fucking... I know who this is.
Come on, you have to wake up soon or you'll be late.
I'll be late. Registering the urgency of her words, I quickly jump up. Why do you do this? Oh, what the... That's actually a cute callback, I will say. Because with Makoto, it's when this does happen, it's always Kurumi. So I was like, yeah, it has to be Kurumi. No. So completely separately at the same time, Haruka is also doing this to Yuka. Amazing. Thank you. Thank you for this. My vision's blurry, but I can see Haruka. Why are you two like this? What? Haruka? Good morning. Hey, good morning. I speak while adjusting my messed up hair. Why am I late? I mean, look what time it is. It's already past 11. We promised last night, right? That we'd have lunch at Luna Beach today. Did we? Yeah. I don't remember that at all. Okiko is treating us, so hurry up and get ready and let's go. The 7 bridge that we played like... words. The 7 bridge that we played yesterday. So sibling coded. They really are. It is kind of great, I will say. If nothing else, it was worth the YUKA cure route just for that. Oh yeah, I kind of remember betting on something during yesterday's 7 bridge game, which I wouldn't know because, I mean, I was drunk. That was the night of the barbecue, right? Yeah, it was later in the night of the barbecue. Sobered up by 2, but I mean, Yuka would have been drunk anyway. The bet was apparently about who to buy lunch today. Did Okiko lose? You don't remember? No, not really. I mean, I was drunk. I see. Actually, I was more concerned about Kurumi-chan, so I wasn't paying attention. Come on, get ready. I'm sorry. But I'm gonna pass lunch. Huh? Why? Well, thank you for the clip, thank you. Phone clip, so I don't know if I got it all. No worries, thank you regardless. I'm, well... hungover. Haruka gives a small sigh. Alright, so you and Makoto are absent. Makoto too? He won't wake up, no matter how many times I call him. Have you tried asking Kurumi to wake him up? It will be fine. So, Okiko suggested leaving him here. I get it. Well, we're going then. I nodded and Haruka slowly walks towards the door. But when she grabs the doorknob, she turns back, as if she's remembered something. You'd better wash your face. Huh? I can tell you've been crying. Aw. Well, that's awkward. That's awkward. But I mean, also, thanks for letting me know. But also, that's awkward. 11:41 a.m. After changing clothes, brushing my teeth, and washing my face, I sit on the living room sofa. The view from the window shows a sky covered with heavy clouds, quite different from yesterday. As Izumi-san predicts, it's gonna start raining tonight. Everything seems the same as before. The only difference is... Makoto isn't by my side. Finally, Makoto wakes up. Good morning. An awkward greeting. Whoa there, Makoto. Are you really awake? Hurry up, get ready and let's go. And so we head to Luna Beach. The sky's overcast and today's sea is dyed gray, much like the color of my current emotions. White would be too bright, but black would be too dark. That kind of color. I head for the kitchen. For now, I need to eat something to boost my energy. think there were eggs, tomatoes, and corned beef in the fridge. It's been a while since I cooked, and I'm worried that my skills might... It's been a while since I cooked, and I'm worried my skills might have dulled. Where do you get this confidence? How can I acquire this as well? Genuinely asking. She's a real one for that, though. Yeah, she is. I love Haruka. Love her. That is 12:58 p.m. After finishing my meal, I sit on the dining chair feeling a bit lost. There's nothing to do. Give me 1 second. A cup of coffee sits on the table in front of me. Dulled from what level? You know, how do you go from negative? Do you go into the negatives at that point? I'm more amazed she can stomach her own cooking. Yeah, that's also something I'm like genuinely curious about. She's just like, yeah, I can totally eat this. It's totally fine, but anyway. The cup of coffee sits on the table in front of me. The living room cuckoo clock lets out a single cry. It seems like it's 1 o'clock. I casually take the cat keychain out of my pocket. I shift my gaze from the cat to the door of Makoto's room. There we go. There's still no sign of him waking up. Is he planning to keep sleeping like this forever? But when he finally comes out, what expression should I have? What should I say to him? Should I give him a bright smile and a cheerful good morning? Or should I sorrowfully avert my gaze and say I'm sorry? Sorrowfully. This is a great English word. Sorrowfully. Sure, that'll work. How's Makoto going to look? What's he going to say? Thank you for the hydrate and stretch. I'll do so right now. And a stretch. Thank you again. That's also a yawn, apparently. Going outside, no worries. Thank you for stopping by, Chu. Have a wonderful time outdoors, outside, in the real world, the non-fictional world. My stomach's full, but my heart's still empty. 1:47 p.m. My head's drooping down. I must have dozed off without realizing it. I take a sip of coffee. It's completely cold. Gross. There's a clicking sound. Instinctively, I turn toward Makoto's room. I think this is the day that Makoto sleeps in all day, so we're actually not likely to see him, I believe. But this is also the day where it's like, I slept all day, and then Saki is the one that actually wakes him up and is like, hey, did you know all this stuff about the guy from middle school? The door is slowly opening in slow motion. And who comes out? Saki. Why is Saki here? Why'd she come here? Huh? Why'd Saki come out of Makoto's room? Our eyes meet. She has a serious expression. Now, Saki, all you have to do is just clarify. Saki quietly walks over to me. My head beats like an alarm bell. Good morning. Good morning. How's the hangover? Feeling better? Yeah, it's much better. It's so awkward, I can't make eye contact with her. I see. Well, can I talk to you for a bit? I awkwardly nod. Saki sits down next to me. Her sweet scent envelops us. You're making a face like, why am I... You're making a face asking, why am I here? At Luna Beach, I heard from Haruka-chan that something seemed off with Yuka and Makoto. That both of you seemed just fine yesterday, and now you missed lunch. It's weird. So worried, I come over to see that Makoto-kun's still wrapped up in his blankets. And Yuka, you look really sad. When did you get here, though? Didn't I just... Oh, I guess while I was washing my face at some point. You showed up. You didn't think to say hi? It's like you heard somebody that was awake, right? I'm not sad at all. Good luck with who's root? Hookah? yeah, something like that. Something like the hookah adjacent root. Thank you again for stopping by, Chu. It may be no one's. It may honestly not be anyone's at this point. Now that's a lie. How do you know? You won't look at me. Did something happen? Did you two have a fight? No comment, huh? I told you it's nothing. That's also a lie. Jeez, both you and Makoto are terrible liars. I can see right through you. Oh, come on. I can. You haven't changed since middle school, Yuka. I'm sure you haven't... I'm sure you haven't made any progress since then. Since then. I asked you before, right? I mean, would be a little bit of a harrowing comment to receive if someone you knew from middle school met you when you were in college and it's like, wow, you haven't changed at all from back then. You know, that would kind of suck, but okay. Okay, no problem. With that in mind, it's just about the time for the first break of the stream. Let me go over to... I was about to go to the ending screen. No, it's not the end of the stream. Burp screen. There you go. Alright, if you are here, stretch, get some water, all that good stuff. I will be right back in 3 minutes. Alright, see you then. Alrighty, I am back. Let me go over to game screen. Alright, and continuing. If you're okay with everything about the boy. This is the wrong screen. I have to tab back into the game. There we go. Actually, you're not okay at all, are you? You've been acting weird since I asked you. Makoto-kun also seemed upset about it. Makoto? Come to think of it, Makoto said something like this when I pressed him. It's none of your business, Saki. Even that is so eerily similar to him. Similar to the boy that you and I were in love with. You were also in love with him? Okay. Oh, you want to say something? Yeah, a little bit. I mean, why are you telling me this? Go right ahead and say it. The boy, or Makoto, would definitely say it. Man, man, you don't have to be like this, Saki. Saki, do you love Makoto? An eternity seems to pass in the long silence. Thank you for the welcome back. Eventually, Saki calmly says, I do. I hold my breath. It feels as if my heart is caught in a vice. It's like all the blood in my body has surged to my head. That's how I feel. Even though I'd expected it, I'm shocked. But Saki gently lowers her eyes. But it might be a little different from the standard idea of love. Maybe you could call it projection. That might not be it either. I don't really get what you're saying. I bet. I'm not sure I can explain it very well. Well then, let me start at the beginning. She slowly exhales as if a deep breath is coming. 1:52 p.m. Saki leans back into her chair, stares off into the distance, as if she's recalling a distant past. I loved that boy as much as you did, Yuka. It's weird that we say that boy and we don't give him a name. And it's like, I feel like at this point we should probably just give him a name. Just something. I don't remember the exact reason. Perhaps I admired his way of living, free from any constraints. Or maybe because he had so much that I didn't. But that boy loved you, Yuka. It was frustrating, but I couldn't do anything about it. She looks down as she says this. And now I meet Makoto-kun here. I've said it before, but Makoto-kun is so similar to that boy, you could say he's like a reincarnation. And then I realized I was starting to fall for Makoto-kun because he said one line to you. He has said one line that is different to you this route, and you just love him all of a sudden. That's insane. But I felt uneasy. I felt Makoto-kun may like someone already. I didn't want to feel the same way as before. So I tried to confirm that 2 days ago during the test of courage. You mean when you said you were gonna make sure of something? Yes, that's what I meant. I had a plan to pair with him beforehand. You had a plan? In other words, according to Saki, if she and Makoto consistently played the same hand in rock, paper, scissors, they would inevitably become a pair. It seemed that secret conversation of theirs was to coordinate this plan. His name has to be significant in some way. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I think maybe it's just like a nameless sort of character. Maybe I might be wrong about that. I don't know. I think it's more of a nameless character, and like maybe at the very end of it they'll be like his name was also Makoto. Maybe, but I think maybe they're just keeping it nameless to be nameless. I'm not sure. I'm not sure, but maybe it has some significance. If it does, though, I almost feel like that's something that would show up in Ever 11 or the next game rather than this game. If any of this somehow gets brought up, I doubt it. But if, on the off chance, some of this gets brought up, I feel like it would be more relevant in the next game than this one. Once the test of courage started, when we were alone, I first thought of telling Makoto about that boy. I just wanted him to know that first. But Makoto-kun had already heard about that boy. And at that moment, you interfered, Yuka. Huh? I interfered? Suddenly you screamed and ran towards us. Did I really? Even if you don't remember, that's what you did. After that, Makoto said he wouldn't go to the hot springs. I also had something to do, so I had to give up. So I decided to try again at the barbecue yesterday. It was around 8 o'clock, I think. The barbecue was at its peak. Both you and Makoto seemed quite drunk. I thought, this is my chance. It seemed like you two had no idea what was going on around you. It seemed like you, just you? Yes, you, singular, had no idea what was going on around you. And people often say that when you're drunk, your true feelings come out. So I pretended to be drunk and teased Makoto-kun. Did you? I asked him, what would you do if I said I liked you? I don't remember this conversation. And he looked troubled, seemed lost in thought. After that, he got all serious instead. I already have someone I like. I don't remember this scene. This is a false scene. This didn't happen. But to make me feel better, he said, if you'd said that before this seminar retreat started, my answer might have been different. I'm sure Makoto-kun doesn't remember saying something like that. Okay, so that's must have been what he said. I don't remember that either. It's all a vague conversation. It was quite a shock. It felt just like when the boy rejected me. But Yuka, as I got caught up in a cheerful vibe around me, the pain started to fade away. And after I thought about it all night, I realized. Saki lowers her eyes, clenches her fist. I wasn't in love with Makoto-kun in the first place. Yeah, I would imagine. Hopefully so, because he only said like one thing to you. But why? The word love has many definitions. How can I explain this? It's sort of the difference between the words like and love. Like and love? Sorry, it's kind of hard to explain. But you can't understand something like that when you're young. But as time passes, as you get a little older, you meet more people, you fall in love with more people, and only then do you start to understand what love is. Is she really being truthful? Her quivering eyelids make me uneasy. But Saki, you love that boy, right? Yes. And Makoto is so much like him, almost like a carbon copy. Indeed. None of this also ever got brought up during the Saki route, which I felt like would have been necessary. So you should... Hey, Yuka, do you know about lilacs, the flower? Lilacs. It's the flower in Saki's perfume. Hey, Saki-chan, is your perfume lilac? Isn't this the conversation in the Izumi route where everyone was confessing to him? Is it? It might be. It might be. I've had quite a busy week, so I feel like I'm not following the story maybe as well as I should after, months of playing it. So I do apologize about that. It might be. It might be. Izumi-san asked Saki this question yesterday. A spring flower with a sweet, enveloping fragrance. I really like purple lilacs. The flower in the perfume I'm using now is lilac. In the language of flowers, lilacs mean the joy of youth. And she said, memories of one's younger days. Memories of you? No. That's right. Everything for me was just a memory. In other words, I merely used Makoto-kun as a replacement for the boy. That boy is who I truly loved. Her eyes are focused on something far away. I wonder what she's thinking about. Besides, I told you, Makoto-kun is completely enamored with someone else. He's not paying the slightest attention to me. Someone else. Who is it? And just so you know, my younger days haven't ended. Huh? Okay. Why did you pause just now? I was just lost in thought. I wasn't paying attention. Saki, it's not that serious. First of all, we're the same age, Yuka. Yeah, I get it. I offer her some of the coffee I've been drinking. Saki accepts it, takes a sip. What the heck? When did you brew this coffee? Sorry, I'll make a fresh cup for you. No need, I'll do it myself. She disappears into the kitchen, cup in hand. Does Saki actually even like us? It's something that I have to question. Is like, does she even actually like us? It's like we're friends, quote unquote. We're friends, yeah, but are we really? It feels like I'm forcing myself to listen to her. I feel a mixture of relief and restlessness. 2 p.m. The cuckoo clock in the living room strikes 2. It's 2 p.m. Soon Saki returns from the kitchen with a tray. The tray is holding 2 steaming cups, some sugar, and cream. Saki silently places the tray on the table. But it's tea instead of coffee. Thanks. She quietly takes a seat. Okay, it's like, we're friends. We are friends. Like, unironically, we are friends. But are we friends? Are we... Kind of confusing. She quietly takes a seat. She adds 1 spoonful of sugar, stirs her tea. After enjoying the aroma for a while, she takes a sip. I've calmed down a bit. She finally says. I naturally sigh in relief. Now, it's your turn, Yuka. Huh? It's so abrupt, I don't understand what she means. You just got me thinking, have you played any Persona games on stream? I remember you played Metaphor. Did I play one stream of Persona? 3? Maybe? A one-off stream? I can't remember. Maybe not. Probably not, honestly. I think the only one I've streamed is Metaphor. Yeah, because if I think if I did, it would have been on the backlog page. So I don't think I've streamed any except Metaphor, which I still have not beaten. There's so many games that I wanted to play this year that it's just like, it's not gonna happen. I want to play them in time before the Game Awards, before the Jeff Keighley Game Awards happens, but it's just not gonna happen. Which is rather unfortunate. But I still want to get through at least some games. It's just like I might not get through even if I don't 100% them, I might not get through Expedition 33 like I want to. But I might be able to get through some like parts of 100 line whenever I get back to that eventually. I know, crazy, right? Crazy, amazing. Um, Different things like that. Now it's time for me to hear your true feelings, Yuka. Gulp. You feel differently than I do. You're deeply in love, aren't you? In love with Makoto-kun. Saki's staring right through me. 2:04 p.m. The dining room, where Saki and I are sitting, falls silent. Saki's eyes are fixed on me, and she remains still. It's as if she intends to stare until I answer her. What's the deal? Her eyes are pleading with me. I can't endure this quiet tension and shake my head no. You're lying. Saki's eyes narrow. I don't buy it. I don't know how I feel. I keep shaking my head. You're trying to fool me again. How long? How long are you going to keep this up? The tension in the air is palpable. How long are you going to deceive me like this? Saki slams her hand onto the table with a loud bang. She leans forward, glares at me. I want to know how you truly feel, Yuka. I'm tired of hearing your excuses. I just told you my true feelings. Yeah, but I didn't ask. I didn't ask. Tell me. Like, truthfully, I appreciate it though. Tell me. Let me hear how you really feel. Don't keep me in suspense anymore. Come on. I want someone to tell me that. Something inside me snaps. Yuka? I'm the one who wants to know. Of course I love him. I love Makoto. But... I don't understand. I still don't understand. I don't understand if what I'm feeling is love or not. I can't tell the difference. I can't tell the difference between like and love. On the verge of a breakdown, I give a heartfelt cry. The latter half of my words are choked with sobs. See, this is what I mean. For two girls who are like so obviously, very much obviously like in tune with their feelings and trying to figure things out in regards to how they feel with Makoto and stuff like that, and like the fine line between like and love and how that relates to Makoto, who's very similar to this person. It just feels absolutely wild to me. My own voice is dying. It just feels absolutely wild to me that in the Izumi, the regular Izumi route, you get all the girls. Izumi somehow, Kurumi even, somehow gets all the girls to just like kiss him with no prompting whatsoever. Why? How did you manage to do that? It just feels so out of character for everyone. It feels such a weird thing. Anyway, I don't have any confidence in my own feelings. Because you might just be chasing after those memories. I nod silently. Yuka, do you know why you can't realize that difference? I shake my head. I said so earlier. You haven't changed since middle school. You're like a child who just started learning about love, interacting with others, falling in love, getting hurt. That's how we mature. But Yuka, you've stopped growing back then. The very moment he died. I appreciate your candid response. Your candid responses, in terms of trying to help Yuka through her trauma. But also, dang, it's a lot. Like, I commend Yuka. I'd probably just like walk away from this. I'd be like, I can't do this right now. I definitely cannot deal with this right now. The very moment, my head begins to throb. Tremors run through my body. I wrap my arms around myself, squeeze tightly. It seems you haven't told Makoto-kun yet about what happened. It was our third year of middle school in June. I know, you don't have to tell me. You don't have to tell me. At the hotel during the school trip, I involuntarily close my eyes tightly. I don't want to hear more. I try to cover my ears. Saki holds my hands in place. Are you gonna cover your ears, close your eyes, and ignore the truth like this? I shake my head vehemently, as if throwing a tantrum. This is why I hate harems. It makes no sense for so many girls to fall for the same guy. It well, true. Because what does Haruka have to, why does Haruka even care? Why is Haruka even there in that route? It makes sense in the context of this, but like, why they like him, but it doesn't make any sense of like, oh yeah, just like Lamayo, Lamayo, just like kiss me, it'll be fine. That's so out of character for them. It's just this, yeah. Basically, the reason why harems just don't work. It's just like that everyone just feels so far removed. Like their love is so far removed from their actual personality, if that makes sense. It's useless. Doing that won't change a thing, because that boy. He never existed, I don't know, is dead. Yeah, I know. It would have been crazy if he didn't he didn't exist. That's all a part of your delusions, don't you know? And then Izumi is like comes out from the window and he's like, I knew it, the delusions. A frozen in place, eyes wide open. Tears stream down my face. My chest hurts. It feels like it's been ripped open. It's a past I'd rather forget. Yuka. Time has stopped for you since that happened. Or no, rather, it might be more accurate to say that you've been going back and forth to and from that time. Because if things continue like this, you'll just repeat the same mistakes over and over. Repeat the same mistakes over and over. What you need right now is not to forget it, but to overcome it. To overcome it, you need to re-examine the trauma that caused this. I don't want to remember. I don't want to remember. If I remember, it's gonna break my heart. I start trembling again. Saki holds my hands, gives them a tight squeeze. While holding them, it's okay. You're not as weak as you think you are, Yuka. Saki's trying to help me get over it. So it's okay. Her tone is soothing, reassuring. Warm. It's as if I'm being embraced by my mother. Won't you recall what happened? I'm still crying, shaking. But this is a wild thing to have happen, just like a whole friggin' therapy session, just right in the living room. right here in the living room. It's insane. I mean, I guess I appreciate, again, it's like Saki is becoming, again, like just a plot device for Yuka at the end of the day. But I guess I appreciate that in some ways Saki is more frank. Franker is not a word, right? Franker is not a word, I don't think. Is more frank than someone else, maybe like Izumi or somebody like that, or Haruka. So she would be the one to do this, and she was also directly involved with what happened. But again, I still feel like if you change some things around, and maybe somehow if Kurumi also knew about this, I feel like Kurumi could have given the exact same speech. I feel like Kurumi has enough like social mental like understanding to be able to fill this position somehow, even though she wasn't there. If she somehow knew about it for some reason or another, you could just write it in. I feel like it would have been fine. But that's neither here nor there. This is a good scene for Saki. Finally, a good scene. I bite my lip, nod ever so slightly. Even though you could have changed the way that you said certain things, but it's okay. It's okay. 2:12 p.m. It was the second day of our third year school trip. That night, our hotel caught on fire. As I slowly recall these painful memories, I begin to speak. I think it was past 2 in the morning. A friend in the same room woke me up. The emergency alarm was going off. Since I hadn't slept much the night before, I was so deeply asleep that I didn't even notice it. I tried to hurry and escape, but the floor below, the third floor, was already engulfed in flames. The vivid memories of that tragic incident flash before my eyes. My trembling intensifies. Saki's grip on my hands tightens. We have no choice but to go back to our room. I mean, we were on the top floor and we couldn't escape to the roof. So we waved our hands desperately from the room's window, seeking help, even though we knew it was in vain. The heat from below and the smoke filling the room made things so painful. I was finding it increasingly difficult to breathe, so I was starting to lose consciousness. That's when something unbelievable happened. So, I think Yuka was in a different group than Saki was in this school trip. So this trauma happened to Yuka, but it didn't necessarily happen to Saki, or Saki did not experience the same things, if that makes sense. That's when something unbelievable happened. That boy came for you, didn't he? I slowly nod. I thought I might be seeing things, because he was supposed to be staying in the hotel annex with you, Saki. Okay, yeah, a different group. But it was indeed him, no doubt. He ran towards us, picked up a girl that was unconscious, and said, "This room is still safe. I'll be right back, so hold on." He then left the room, carrying the girl. So the boy courageously navigated through the raging fire, rescuing one girl. Oh, this is Saki's line. So the boy courageously navigated through the raging fire, rescuing one girl after another. Yeah, he did. I don't think that's quite like Makoto. I think Makoto is very much like dedicated to one girl. that from all 7 routes that I've played, I think he's very much dedicated to saving just one girl. He's very committed to that girl, but just one of them. I don't agree, but it's okay, it's okay. You were last, weren't you, Yuka? Why? He was planning on saving me after the unconscious girl, but I said to him, "I'm still okay, take care of the others." This room is still safe, right? I'm the leader of this group, so I'm fine going last. I trusted his words that the room was still safe. So, trusting my words as well, he decided to prioritize saving the other girls. It was so strange how we trusted each other. Where were the teachers in all this? Whatever. When it was my turn, I had almost blacked out. I remember repeatedly calling his name while he carried me in his arms. It's okay. I'm here for you." That's all he said. When I came to, I was outside. But he had collapsed next to me. And he stopped breathing. He had made multiple trips through the burning building. Thinking about it now, it's a miracle he managed to save everyone. It was reckless, almost presumptuous. Yes, just like Makoto. That's right. In his final moments, while holding me, he said, I've loved you for so long, Yuka. I kind of get it. I kind of see how this would be, kind of a traumatic memory on multiple levels, of multiple layers of trauma here. I can kind of see that. Again, a huge undertaking on Sake's part to be able to just be like, we're gonna unpack all of this right now. It's like, oh, okay, all right. I always got the feeling he couldn't let anyone suffer in front of him if he could help it. I guess, yeah, for Makoto. Yeah, I mean, he will go out of his way to be helpful and kind. Still, though, he can be so mean to some of the other girls that he's just, like, not interested in. He can be very mean. He can also be very nice about it, but sometimes he can be pretty mean. He's just like, I don't care. I don't care. So what was his name if you were repeating it? Nah, don't worry about the name. It doesn't matter. How long has it been since he told me that? Having finished telling the story, I cry without end. My tears are blood flowing from the wounds of my heart, and my sobs are its screams. Once again, I vividly recall it all. The dreadful accident, his death, his last words to me, the agonizing memories that I wanted to forget. But with Saki had been holding my hands throughout, But with Saki having been holding my hands throughout, I was able to keep myself together, I think. I think that's the correct way. Even after the conversation ends, she remains there for me. When I finally calm down a little, Saki softly says, Since that fire, you might have been afraid to fall in love with anyone. You're probably scared of getting hurt again. You created a protective shell around yourself. As a consequence, even if you start to love someone, you can't step out of your comfort zone. You can't take that one last step. That one last step. Maybe that's why I couldn't talk about the fire with Makoto. Because I didn't want to burden him with it. There we go. I'd feel like he'd drift away from me if I did. Try to remember. Since the fire, have you been able to love anyone as much as you did that boy? I vaguely shake my head. I don't know. At least not now. I don't think you have. You've heard this, haven't you? Falling in love with someone means exposing your true self. But it's okay now. Because you've found someone you can do that with. Regardless of how the relationship started. I'm sure you've made some progress now. The rest is up to you, Yuka. I glance towards Makoto's room. Is he still sleeping? Yes. The reason Makoto's acting like this is because of me. I think it's meant to say having been. Yeah. Again, I'll probably also talk about this at the end, but the translation is a little difficult. I'm also not reading as well as I could be today, but still. Is because of me. That's right. Because I said something terrible to him. So I don't think things will work out between us. It's all over. Do you really think that? Goodness, you're always so wishy-washy, it's hard to watch. Listen, Yuka. I've talked to both of you, and I really do feel there's no reason to give things up. Everything will work out sooner than later. Yes, it'll definitely work out. How do you know? How you know? How you know? Well. Intuition, I guess. Come on, cheer up, Yuka Kawashima. Isn't your strength being energetic? After hearing my pep talk, you should at least try to recover a little. Guess it's come to this. Saki stands up gracefully, and she says, Asakura Sensei's love equation rule 4. Oh my gosh, we haven't heard about this since the very beginning of the game. Like really, like the very beginning, like the second stream of the game. I don't think we've heard about this since. Yuka brings it up once to Makoto, like the first day when they're going to play tennis. That's crazy. Oh god. Why? Asakura Sensei's love equation rule 4. I mean, this is your version of it, I think. Yeah, because your last name is Asakura. It's still, this was something that Yuka did at the very beginning. What the hell? Asakura Sensei's love equation rule 3 is keep your promises. Then what's rule 4? Well, Asakura Sensei's love equation rule 4. Men need courage, and women. I stare at Saki, and eventually I burst into laughter. I really wanted to cry, but I mustn't cry. As love equation rule 4 is... Come on, keep going! Oh, okay. Women need courage too? Okay, what should rule 4 be? Let's see. What are you two talking about? Hey, were you listening? You guys are so loud I couldn't help but hear you. Ah, I see. This is a flashback. A flashback between the boy, question mark, first name, question mark, and last name, which is also question mark. I see. This has literally left my memory. I have no idea what this is. It's so vague, but I remember that she did say this once. That's crazy. That's wild. I think the only reason I remember this is because I had to check the VOD. I was checking the VODs originally because I was like, I have to go back to the Yuka Cure route. I don't know where I saved for it. So I was checking some of the earlier VODs to find it. Which means if I hadn't done that refresh, I wouldn't have remembered this at all. I would have been like, what the hell are you talking about? Hey, this is a secret conversation. My bad, my bad. Then how about this? Men need courage, and women need charm.
What the hell?
Love equation rule 4. And you kept it? Women need charm. Women also need courage too. Yeah, whatever. I feel a big smile coming on. I wipe away the tears that comes to my eyes. It's like I've seen the sun after a heavy rain. There. Out of the love equations we jokingly came up with back in middle school, love equation rule 4 is especially memorable. They're definitely words of encouragement from him. Are they? Well, yeah. Whatever gets you through the day, Yuka. You do you. Saki still remembers them too. Well, looks like my work here is done. Huzzah! Now, you should take care of things yourself, Yuka. Saying that, she taps me lightly on the forehead. Thank you, Saki. Don't mention it. This is for my own sake, too. Saki turns around and walks towards the entrance. The gentle scent of lilacs brushes past my nose and soon vanishes. However, just as she was about to grab the doorknob. Oh right, I remember now. She turns around. As a bonus, I'll teach you something nice. Something nice? How to tell the difference between like and love. It's just one example, though. And what is it? Well... It faded to black? We don't get to hear it? I sink deep into the sofa, absent-mindedly gazing out the window. I replay her words over and over in my mind. Telling the difference between like and love. It's whether you can care about the other person without considering yourself. I mean, humans are incredibly fragile creatures. So the feeling of caring for the other person before oneself, isn't that what we call love? Around 5, Haruka and Okiko return. Around 6, Haruka starts preparing dinner. That's rare. As it was last loop. Are they trying to be considerate this time too? Last time I tasted nothing, but this time it's great. When I tease Haruka that she'll make a good wife someday, Okiko starts blushing. Why? Man, Okiko, you're so confident for no reason. Are you okay? Haruka and I just tilt our heads and confused. Haruka's confused about it too. It's like, no. Just because I don't end up with Makoto in this route, it's like, doesn't mean I'm gonna end up with you, Okiko. That's not how this works. Even after dinner, Makoto doesn't come out of his room. He's still sleeping, man. He's just out of it. 8 p.m. The cuckoo clock strikes 8 times. It's 8 p.m. Makoto still hasn't come out of his room. Haruka's called for him several times with no response. He's fucking dead, man. You really gotta wake him up. Like, that's insane. I wonder what he's thinking about in his room. I'm worried, but I still don't have the courage to knock on the door. I still don't know how to face him, so... You can't take that one last step. Yes, I've gotta knock sometime. The rest is up to you, Yuka. If I don't knock, the door will never open. 11:44 p.m. Lying on my bed, I casually look at the clock. The date's about to change to the 6th. The way things are now, tomorrow should pass without any problems. We've put out as many potential fires as we could over these 5 days. Saki didn't drown. Saki and Haruka didn't fight. Kurumi-chan didn't go missing. We didn't see that talisman. And now all that's left is for me to not go to the shrine tomorrow. So I can just sleep until noon. This will end everything. It's all over now. The next day is the 7th, the last day of our seminar retreat. When we head back to the mainland, I'll have to face Makoto. I intend to greet him with my usual, good morning. Greet him completely naturally, just as I always do. That's what I'll do. Haruka's, well, Yuka, are you awake? I hear a voice coming from the other side of the door. Haruka? It's open, come in. What's wrong? It's so late. I forgot to give you this. Haruka extends her hand. In it is a small bottle. A purple bottle. What's that? On the way back to the lodge today, I ran into Saki, and she asked me to give you this. I see, thanks. Is this the bottle full of the star sand? I take the bottle from her. Perfume? No, it's perfume. It is perfume. I spray it on my wrist. It's weird that the star sand in a bottle motif only comes up in one timeline. I really like that motif, honestly, but it only comes up once and then it never gets used ever again, which is rather unfortunate. I spray it on my wrist. A sweet fragrance hangs in the air. It's the sweet scent of lilac and fruit. The one Saki always uses. But why? I don't understand why she's giving it to me. She said she doesn't need it anymore. Is that so? Girl, wear it for yourself. Wear it for yourself. Why you giving it to me? Suddenly, the language of flowers Saki taught me comes to mind. The joy of youth and memories of one's younger days. Memories of one's younger days. Does this mean she doesn't need those memories anymore? What? Oh, it's the language of flowers for lilacs. The joy of youth and memories of one's younger days. That's for the white lilac, right? Huh? The white lilac? Yeah, lilacs have different meanings depending on their color. That's often the case with flowers. Okay. A white lilac. The purple bottle. For example, with roses. Hey, Haruka, what about purple? What do purple lilacs mean? What? Well, purple means... Purple is first love. As well as a budding love. Huh? A budding love? Yeah. Is something wrong? No, it's nothing. Thanks, I'm happy to have it. Alright then, good night. Haruka leaves the room, her head tilted in confusion. They were all just memories for me. I'm on the verge of tears. Were they really just memories for Saki? I really love purple lilacs. The perfume I'm using now smells of purple lilacs. Purple lilacs in a purple bottle. Purple is first love, as well as a budding love. Love just beginning to sprout. Saki handed me those feelings. Maybe it's just a coincidence. But what if Saki actually knows what purple lilacs mean? I mean, if she did, why didn't she say it? Why wouldn't she say it? Oh, whatever. Then Saki really loves Makoto. And yet, I realized I wasn't in love with Makoto-kun. I glanced at the clock. The hands point to midnight, the hour when the doves coo simultaneously. Interesting. April 6th, Saturday. So are we saying that Yuka is going to get like so self-conscious and in her head about it? What are we saying specifically? Or is like that was well wishes and like fair tidings from Saki and she actually really appreciates it? It's cold. My vision's hazy, head's throbbing. 4:28 a.m. Things finally come into focus and I realize where I am. My room's light is still on. I must have fallen asleep without realizing it. I didn't even cover myself with a blanket, so I must have woken up because of the cold. I can hear it's raining outside. It's a fierce downpour. I turn to glance at the clock. It's around 4:30 a.m. I should go back to sleep again. I decide to turn off the room light and walk towards the switch. I noticed a purple bottle on the floor. It's a lilac perfume Saki had given me. I'll go see Saki in the morning. I'll talk to her once more and then my half-asleep brain cells aren't functioning properly. Today's gonna be a busy day. But first, back to sleep. Click. I'll get some more sleep, and when I wake up, I'll figure everything out. I reassure myself and lay back down. So how do we end up at the shrine then? Is it because we have another dream? I thought it was that Yuka was giving appreciation how Saki was giving up Makoto so Yuka could have him. I guess so. Okay. Yeah. Again, it's like I well, I've just been pretty busy this week. So I was like I'm a little like I'm not following the story as well as I usually would, I think. But I'm also like how do we end up at the shrine then? What are we going to do from here? I guess it has to be a dream in that case. And just as I start to doze off, loud noise echoes out. I jolt awake and look towards the door. Izumi-san, why? Kurumi. Kurumi's missing! Why? Why? How? How could this be? What happened? 4:58 a.m. Everyone's gathered in the living room in a state of emergency. Saki too, and Makoto's here as well. Okay, I remember. Never mind. I remember. Kurumi goes missing a day late, and so Yuka is basically... We're gonna go looking for her. She's at the shrine. Yuka's gonna be like, don't go in there, please. I'm begging you, don't do it. And I believe the correct thing, obviously, is gonna be to still go in anyway and to save Kurumi if she is there. I don't think Kurumi is actually there. Yeah, we still survive somehow anyway, but Kurumi isn't actually there in the shrine, but we still check for her. That's how we end up there. Sorry, I was getting the loops mixed up in my head. That's what it was. Saki too, and Makoto's here as well. Saki stands with a stern expression, while Makoto sits on the dining chair looking completely lost. I feel the impulse to talk to both of them, but now is not the time. I focus my attention on Izumi-san's explanation. In the middle of the night, I woke up, and when I looked beside me, Kurumi-chan was gone. Yeah. I searched everywhere I could think of. Inside the cafe, around Tsukihama, everywhere. Do you have any other idea where Kurumi-chan might have gone? Anywhere else you can think of? Izumi-san gently closes her eyes and quietly shakes her head. I feel like I've heard this conversation before. That's right. This happened last loop on the night when Kurumi-chan went missing. If that's the case, that really is the case. My entire body begins to tremble. Yeah, but she's not gonna be here this time. I don't ever remember. Oh, gosh darn it! Stream editor, please. I don't ever remember why Kurumi goes missing. I know that she does, and everything goes to hell looking for her. Yeah, exactly. My thought was that it's because of the whole cloneism thing, and that like awakens something in Kurumi, and that she's like, I have this memory, I have to go check something, because she doesn't understand like what happened to her as a child. And like she vaguely remembers like there was another sister that I had that kind of looked exactly like me. Wouldn't that be crazy? And so she's remembering Haruka. But in this case, why did she go missing? Where was she? She was just out for a little stroll in the middle of the night. Like, she's not at the shrine, so why did she go missing? Okay, whatever. Except for her own route, where she's running away after learning about the truth of the sisters. That's true. That was a special, unique reason as well. So, what's the reason here? Whatever. Doesn't matter. Hello, Merc. Thank you so much for the hydrate and stretch. I will do so right now. And a stretch. Yeah, there you go. Thank you again. I hope you've been doing well. I'm almost out of water. I'm gonna have to refill my water bottle during the next break. And I have a sudden flash of insight. The scene vividly plays back my memories. Kurumi-chan sitting in a dimly lit shrine. But why? Why is this happening? I don't understand. I don't understand the reason. My head starts to throb. I'm so confused I can't think rationally. I slowly look up at the clock. It'll be 5 a.m. soon. Today is April 6th. The 6th. It's 5 a.m. on the 6th. No matter what we do, history won't change. Everything that happens in the world is predetermined and not a result of chance. Thanks for telling us that, Izumi. Thanks. We only thought we changed it. Actually, nothing changed at all. We're just slight deviations. Nothing changed. Nothing. Anyway, we won't find her by just sitting here. Let's all split up and search for Kurumi-chan. I'm still in a fog when I hear this. Then, a sudden sound snaps me back to reality. Hey, Makoto-kun, where are you going? At that moment, I see Makoto dashing out of the door. A shiver runs down my spine. Okay, so maybe he is a little bit like the boy then. I feel all the blood drain from my body. No way. No way, no way. My body begins to move before I can even think about it. Yuka! Chasing after Makoto, I rush out into the pouring rain. In the midst of the cold, heavy rain, I run, cutting through the wind. Far ahead, Makoto is sprinting at full speed. The rain-soaked ground trips me up countless times. Running fiercely, I try not to slow down. I have to stop Makoto. I know where he's headed. To that shrine. At this rate, Makoto and Kurumi-chan are both in danger. I shout as loudly as I can. Makoto! Makoto! However, Makoto doesn't even turn around to look at me. We reach the coastline. The rain seems to intensify even more. I'm already completely soaked and my hands and legs are numb. I'll soon reach the T-shaped intersection leading to the shrine. If I go to the shrine as well, that history would certainly repeat itself. But that doesn't matter. I just want to stop Makoto from going to that shrine. An earthquake that shakes the earth. A collapsing shrine. And beneath it all, I won't allow such a thing. Absolutely not. Gritting my teeth, I forcefully shake off the horrible scene in my mind. We're gonna return to the free world. We're gonna watch the sunrise together on the 7th. That's right. We promised, didn't we? I reach the long staircase leading to the shrine. There, I finally catch up with Makoto. Wait! I grab his arm, and before he can turn around... Yes, I remember this key art as well. I stand in front of the stairs, both arms spread wide. Really? Both arms? Because only one is spread wide in this scene. Yuka. Don't go! I'm begging you, don't go! Kurumi's in the shrine. So that's why I've gotta go. I've gotta help Kurumi. I understand. I want to help Kurumi-chan as well, but... No, I will absolutely not let you go. Absolutely not. I understand. Kurumi-chan isn't the only one Makoto's trying to save. Get out of my way, Yuka. We don't have any time left. He's trying to honor it just like he did last loop. Honor the promise he made under the starry sky. If you want to go, the same thing is gonna happen, you know. Nothing will change. We won't be able to go back to the free world. Yeah, I know. That seems true, the way things are now. But Makoto takes the bell out of his pocket. It's Makoto's bell, the one found on Tsukihama on the 3rd. Makoto drops the bell to the ground. And then... Huh? He crushes the bell beneath his foot. What remains are cold pieces of shattered metal. They glisten like stars within a dark puddle. I think what I've learned from this entire game... This one soundbite is very, very loud, but I think what I've learned from all the loops, essentially, is that the bell is like a red herring. It doesn't actually matter. It doesn't actually matter. It doesn't actually do anything. We're still going back in time. So, I think that's what it means. They glisten like stars within a dark puddle. In other words, Makoto let go. He willfully let go of his lifeline. It's over now. Makoto. We'll never go back again. We won't go back. I'm gonna end it all. Makoto's words make my chest tighten up. We'll never go back again. What does he mean? No. I can't take this. Also this sprite as well. Everything I had desperately held back burst forth all at once. An earthquake that shakes the earth is giving people die when they are killed vibes. True, I didn't even think about that. The writing, I wanted to say some things about the writing as well, where it's like, it feels like some of Yuka's like lines, and I get it, like, again, she's in her own trauma, I get it, but some of them feel very much like this is something that a grade schooler could have written. It's like, I'm just so deep within my emotions, like I'm 12 and this is deep. So deep. Amazing writing in this game. I can't take it. I can't take it anymore. It's definitely not anger that comes out. I don't want to lose someone important to me again. Nor is it sadness. I don't want to lose you. Nor pity. You, Makoto, who risked your life to save me. It's love for Makoto pouring out from my heart. Please, just please. Silently, Makoto pushes me away and tries to move forward. The time it takes for him to slip past me feels like slow motion. Moment by moment, like stop motion. While he's passing me, I look at his eyes. They're filled with a certain determination. I've seen similar eyes, somewhere. Just then, a certain scene plays before me. A scene tinted in orange. It's of that boy during that time. I am making a choice, apparently. What the hell? Okay, hold on. Let's pull back up the guide. What are we doing? We have 2 good ends and 1 bad ends, so let's go ahead and go. So we're gonna make save 13 and then choose in front of a burning building. Okay. Let's go system save here. So 6, is it? Never mind, I'm a liar. This is 12, and then this is 13, so 37. Infinity repeats, YUKA cure route. Alright. So the bad end choice is to remember the bad times. Remember him dying instead of, remembering the good times, which is very much, him being in the art room and encouraging her to do art, I think. Was that it? Or was that the one where he was like, your art fucking sucks? I can't remember. I can't actually remember what he says. Anyway, let's go ahead and get the bad end first. But before that, it is also time for the second break of stream. So let me go over to Burb screen. Alright. Bad ends are usually pretty short, so we'll get through this and then we'll get through one of the good ends. One of the good ends. But if you are here, stretch, get some water, all that good stuff. I will be right back in the usual 3 minutes. So see you then. Alright, I am back. Let me go over to game screen. Alright. And let's get the worst ending. Woohoo! Yippee! Thank you for the welcome back. Let me tab into the game as well. Flames billow from the 3rd floor window of the hotel. It's a hellish scene surrounded by the dark of the night. Someone is looking up at the hotel. It's him. Following the boy's gaze, I see a figure in the window on the 4th floor. Someone's still inside. The boy bravely jumps into the flames. The only person left in the blaze has gotta be me. I feel tears well up in my eyes. The scenery in front of me gradually distorts. When they finally spill out, I'm already at the foot of the shrine stairs. I can see Makoto climbing the stairs, and the pouring rain brings me back to my senses. Makoto! Wiping away my tears, I chase after him. I sprint up the stairs at full speed. The rain seems to resist me, pounding into my entire being. If history is going to repeat itself, then I might as well. What do you mean I might as well? I might as well die with him? Or what do you... When I reach the top of the stairs, Makoto has already run through the shrine grounds. Wait! At my voice, Makoto stops, turns around. Stay back! You need to stay back. Just then, I pass by Makoto. Ignoring him, I dash into the shrine. Yuka! Because she's saying, like, if history's gonna repeat itself, but she's also, like, she's also trapped within her negative memories. So it's like, if history's gonna repeat itself, then I might as well go to the shrine with him to loop. Or is she saying, if history's gonna repeat itself, then I wish I had died back then with him to not have lived with this pain, which is rather dark, but I think that's what we're saying. What? The shrine is empty. No way. Kurumi-chan should be here. I look around in panic. I feel a faint breeze. It couldn't be. I quickly move the small shrine placed against the front wall and attempt to crawl through the hole. Hey, Yuka! Makoto's voice comes from behind me. Oh no, I've gotta hurry. I make it to the back of the shrine. And yet, why? What's going on? Makoto appears from the hole in the wall. He looks around and then moves his gaze to me. There's no sign of Kurumi-chan here either. Makoto's eyes are pleading for something. I must have the same look. Eventually, the earth trembles violently. I remember, actually, but isn't the good end, and I might be wrong about this, isn't the good end basically doing this exact same thing and then somehow we live? Somehow we live? Wasn't that it? Eventually, the earth trembles violently. Time's up. The world flashes through my mind. I reach into my pocket for the bell. The bell? Makoto? Makoto is here without his bell. The ground shakes more intensely. Wood debris falls from above. I look back and Makoto's eyes widen even more. No longer capable of rational thinking, I just wish for one thing. I wish for a miracle. If miracles do exist in this world, please, just one more. I take out the bell, clench it. Just then, Makoto leaps at me, but he doesn't make it in time. Before Makoto can reach me, a violent impact from above engulfs me. Then a snap and I black out. Because you die, right? I'm pretty sure. It's so cold. My entire body is numb, unmoving. Strangely, there's no pain. I squint my eyes, trying to focus my blurred vision. I see my own outstretched hand, heavy and lifeless. On top of it, a small fragment of light. The bell. I've lost all sensation in my hand. Is that really my own hand? Is this a dream? Something touches my cheek. A hand covered in blood. Right in front of me, there's Makoto. It seems like he crawled to me using the last of his strength. His weak hand gently strokes my cheek. His hand, too, must be losing strength. Yes, this must be a bad dream. It's a delusion, and you can still wake up from it. You can still wake up, Yuka. I'm still asleep at the lodge. I'll surely wake up soon. When I wake up, I'll make up with Makoto right away, and tomorrow afternoon we'll be on the ferry home. Gradually, we'll return to our normal lives, and these events will transform into memories. When I meet Makoto at university, I'm sure our conversations will naturally shift to past tense. Are you sure? Are you sure? Because Makoto doesn't go to school. What Makoto and I are going through now becomes our shared memories in the future. Sometimes I'll feel like opening the album of the past and go visit with Makoto. By that time, surely we'll be able to laugh and talk about it. We might be able to tell others about it. Like Saki, for example. Soon I'll surely wake up. I'll wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Just wake up. The life gradually fades from Makoto's eyes. A dream I can't wake from. Why? My voice, heavy and raspy, lingers in the air. With my consciousness fading away, it feels like the Makoto I know is disappearing. Tears stream endlessly down my cheeks. Eventually, the bell drops. Gently falls out of my hand. No, you say drops. That's what it says. That's what it usually says. I guess from Makoto's perspective, that's what it says. Oh, I didn't even get credits for that. Yuka cure route, bad end. You fucked up. Now go do the correct thing. You didn't even give me credits. What the hell? Okay, cool. Do we ever figure out where Kurumi went? She might say at the end, and I've just completely blocked it out. Maybe she was just like, I genuinely just like, I went on a stroll. There was no need to worry about anything, but off the top of my head, I don't remember. Well, that was the bad end. I will say, I guess out of all the bad ends, well, I still like the Izumi cure bad end the best because it's insane, it's crazy. But I think out of all the bad ends, I do like this one as well, just because we've gotten some backstory into Yuka and we can see how like tormented she is about the past. So it really is kind of putting things into perspective about like how sad and tragic it is that she dies, I guess. And that she loses Makoto again. So I mean, I don't like it. I don't like it, but I like it, if that makes sense. So, I have no clue why it's called the Yuka cure route. If this is not a delusion and this is not a dream and this has nothing to do with cure syndrome or whatever the hell Izumi was talking about, why is it called the cure route? Is it just because at the very end she was like, I need to wake up. I need to wake up from the delusion. Is that it? Is that literally it? But yeah, it's very much, it kind of drags on, and I wish, because it's like, it's just the same route again. It's just from Yuka's perspective. I feel like we could have cut down tremendously on what we've seen of it. But otherwise, I regret to inform people that the hookah meme is slightly no longer relevant. I mean, it still kind of is. Let's be honest. For 6 months, she was just kind of a nothing character. But I feel like she's become an actual character now at this point, and I feel like her story makes a lot more sense, especially seeing it from her perspective. So yeah, yeah, I guess you could say that I actually like Yuka, is what I'll say, at least for me personally. Let's see how this one of these good ends goes. Because I don't know, maybe we get the good end and I change my opinion. She's still a nothing character. Let's load. Maybe the good route will show us why it's cure. Yeah, hopefully. I'm very much hoping. Otherwise, it's just completely pointless. The naming convention, I mean. Where is the guide? Alright, let's do good end 2, I guess. Never mind, we're not doing good end 2. What the hell? What did we do beforehand? Wait a minute, what the hell? I can't remember what choice I made last time. Hopefully that choice doesn't matter. Hold on. I'm about to pull up my own VOD on YouTube just to make sure, because I'm seeing there was a choice beforehand that we made and I completely forgot about it. What did I do? What did I even do? Where is it? This one. Let's scrub through this. I like the new like YouTube UI design update, but I don't like it on mobile. I only like it on desktop and not mobile, and it's devastating for me. Which one was it? Here? I think? Yes. Okay. So, where was the next choice? Actually, did I make a choice? Silence Makoto, stop him no matter what. I don't. Create save 12. Look for the bell. What do we do beforehand? First shopping. I think we went shopping, honestly. I'm gonna make an educated guess and say that we went shopping. Because I don't remember looking for the bell. Therefore, in the art room is the correct choice. I think. I think, maybe. Hopefully I'm remembering this. Does this choice not matter? I think it does matter in relation to the other choice that you made earlier in the route. So I hope I'm making the correct one. I hope that I remember what I did. Anyway. Honestly, to me, it didn't really give me anything. Everything that we see from her perspective. There we go. I can read, I promise. Could have already guessed from seeing it from Makoto's perspective. That's fair, that's fair. Well, it's nice. It doesn't really give me anything new. That's fair. That's also a valid opinion. I can definitely see that as well. To me, I think I connected more with it maybe... I don't know, maybe maybe because I've been watching people play through Silent Hill F, and I enjoy the story and trauma of Silent Hill F. Like, it could be a number of things. It could be anything. You could have asked me this 2 months ago, and maybe I would not care as much. But I don't know. Something about seeing the trauma from her perspective, I think for me did a lot in making her an actual character. But she's still pretty boring. She's still pretty boring when you have to see this route from Makoto's perspective, I will say. So, anyway, let's go to the art room. In the art room, it's the empty art room. School's ended. The sun is setting. The evening sun casts a dim glow and I squint my eyes. Someone's sketching in front of me. It's that boy. Before long, he hands me the drawing he's completed. His picture is of 2 doves flying outside the window. And then, you can't be free if you're bound. If you want to be free, you can't be afraid. He points to the open window as he speaks.
Yee, look at that! The pretty cherry blossoms. Outside I can see cherry trees in full bloom. The illusory dance of the petals covers my view. And when the pale pink petals turn into transparent raindrops, I'm already at the base of the shrine stairs. In the direction the boy is pointed, Makoto was about to step onto the first step. No, I can't handle that. If Makoto's gonna go, then I've gotta... Suddenly the darkness clears and I see a brilliant light like the sun. I care so much about Makoto, I'm not considering myself. This must mean... Makoto! I rush to Makoto and grab his arm, pulling him toward me. What the... Stop it, Yuka! I love you. That was a jump cut there. There was no transition, like fade transition as there usually was. There was complete jump cut. I've loved you from the very start. It's true I couldn't forget that boy, and I came to the shrine, but yet I realized that this is different. Different from those feelings. I've realized I loved you, Makoto. You... Then I shoved Makoto. I beat the shit out of him. I shoved Makoto with all my might. Ow, why? He dances in the air, falls back like a seaweed, and tumbles backward. And then you kick him down the stairs, and it doesn't even matter. From the moment this all began, I've loved you so much. Rain falls down from the sky, striking the earth. Makoto, on the ground, looks at me in a daze. I've told him how I feel. I've done enough. I bite my lip tightly, turn around, and run up the stairs. Saving Kurumi-chan isn't Makoto's job, it's mine. The thing weak little me wants to protect most right now is... It's not myself, it's Makoto. My feet pounding on the stone steps, I give myself that command. Yuka! Makoto's chasing after me. Stay away! Please don't come any closer! Stay away! Untempered by heavy rain, my desperate scream pierces the air. Scream, probably. I dash up the stairs with all my might and enter the shrine grounds. I continue to run like the wind toward the shrine. Oh, and okay. Okay, we just skipped through all of that. I wish... What do I wish? What are you talking about? Okay, hold on. Imagine if he had snapped his neck and died when he pushed him down the stairs. That's what I was thinking as well. I was like, you could have killed him. You could have killed him. I'm protecting you by killing you. It's like, okay. Yandere Yuka, my bad. I didn't realize your game. um... So I'm guessing for a miracle will just lead to the bad end. You're not supposed to wish for a miracle, apparently, even though it doesn't really matter. We could be together forever is the correct choice on both good ends, even. So let's just go with that. We could be together forever. I wish we could be together forever. I take out the bell, clench it. I'm going with you, Makoto. Huh? And I throw the bell into the sea. The next moment, the shrine collapses with a thunderous roar. It's over. It's all over now. Just then, Makoto determinedly, there we go, leaps at me. I thought we'd slam violently into the ground, but he sends us up into the air. Holding onto Makoto, we plummet toward the Sea of Shikoku. I see a shooting star. A star of hope playing a tranquil melody. After that, I black out. How did we survive that? Just... lol, we survived? Because I think we're going to survive this. A pitch black space. There I find fragments of memories. On a distant night, the twinkling star, and memories of twins. The two brothers were always together no matter what. So that's why, even when they died, they wanted to be together. The immortal Pollux begged of Zeus. Pollux? Release me from my immortality. His wish granted, the two were lifted up to the sky, becoming a constellation that shines in the winter. It's the power of love, baby. It's the power of... Well, well, apparently so. I guess the power of love saves all. I jolt awake, kicking the blankets aside. I stare into space for a moment, disoriented. The ceiling, I've seen it before. Soon, I realize my body is drenched in sweat. I'm freezing. I take a deep breath, quietly letting it out. A warm, woodsy scent seeps into my brain from deep within my nose. After 3 deep breaths... Huh? You're kidding. No way. This can't be. I jump out of bed, fly out of my room. I'm headed for Makoto's room. Makoto's standing in the center of the room, and he slowly turns around. What's going on? What's going on here? I want to know too, actually. This one meme makes sense now. Why? I don't get what's going on here. Makoto's looking at me. Those eyes, those are the eyes I know. Though my mind's still in turmoil, I feel temporary relief. Somewhat fearfully, Makoto raises his left arm. Both of us stand side by side, staring at his watch together. April 7th. 7th, Sunday, 5:03. Yuka, were we saved? How? Just explain to me, game. We jumped into the sea, apparently. How did we survive that? Who found us? We look at each other. Well, hold on. Maybe my watch is malfunctioning. I nod in agreement. The next moment, Yuka and I rush into the living room, tripping over each other. But this is from Yuka's perspective, isn't it, game? Isn't it, game? This is what I mean. There's like so many... This is just the same line, but they change it to... They were supposed to change it from Makoto and I to Makoto and I, and to Yuka and I, or from Yuka and I, rather. So it's like little things like that where it's like, it's the exact same line. I feel like we can skip this. Skip mode should work here, but it doesn't. It's like, nah, you've never seen this before. You've never seen it. Big bro! Kurumi! What the heck's going on here? You two, when did you come back? What do you mean, when did I come back? Are we in a delusion right now? What's going on here? Huh? We were looking for you. Just where did you go? Even if you ask us where. Man, don't make us worry like that. If you're gonna go out, at least say something, okay? I can't get what's going on. Makoto too has confused look plastered on his face. we'd like to ask something if that's cool. Makoto turns to me and gives a nod. What day is it today again? Huh? The jump cuts. What? Whoa, Yuka-chan, you really okay? You asked that the other day, too. The other day? Which means... It's Sunday, April 7th. Yippee, you made it out of the loop. Sunday. April 7th. So that means... We were saved. By who? By whomst? Who was there? Maybe it's a zero escape shift. They were thrust into a timeline where they never fell into the sea or teleported. Well, teleportation has not been brought up before, so I'm gonna not go with that. But yeah, like the shifting effects. Again, it's like you can see how that then influenced later zero escape games. It's like how were we saved? Like I'm starting to think that we're not gonna get an answer to this unless Cure comes in at the very end and it's like, hey, we're in a delusion. Don't even worry about it. Like, unless that's the case, there's no explanation as to how were we saved? How? So it must be like, you know, Sigma explaining all the times when he died as a child. And it's like, well, I just woke up the next day and I went to school just fine. Do. That one scene. I love that scene. It's like, wow, okay, Sigma, I feel like you died like quite a bit. Are you okay with that? We were saved. Makoto and I can't help but embrace. I bury my face into Makoto's broad chest and he brushes his lips against my hair. Very awkward to do this in front of everyone, but okay. His is a calming, nostalgic scent filled with kindness. As we hold each other tightly, we become aware of everyone's cold stares. I can imagine. We part as if nothing had happened. My cheeks are bright red. I get it. So that's how it is. An overnight romantic getaway? Huh? Is that true, big bro? But before that, just where'd you go, Kurumi? Where? Yesterday morning. Oh, that. I went looking for that lost puppy. Yeah. Okay, so that was the explanation. I just completely forgot about it. She was out on a walk, gonna find the lost puppy, as she does. It was raining so hard, I didn't want it to be outside. Saki. I didn't notice at all. The perfume you gave me, it was a purple bottle, right? What are you trying to tell me? Huh? I mean, the perfume you gave me. Doesn't it mean a budding love? the three reactions all at once. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that, huh? I see. That's how you interpreted it. Yuka, you know the song When the Lilacs... Is that plural of lilacs? No. Lilac then becomes lilacs. When the lilacs bloom. The lilas? Is it actually lilas? What is it in reference to? It's a famous chanson written in France. Okay. Lila is lilac in French. There we go. Okay, thank you. When the lilas bloom. The phrase refers to the best season of the year. Understand, Yuka? Then Saki pulls me close, whispers in my ear. These past 7 days and your future, Yuka. In other words, that's what it means. For you, the best time isn't over. It's yet to come. Saki. Aw. Don't make me look back on the past, okay? Okay. Oh, that was actually a rather sweet scene. It's the only sweet scene that Saki has in the entire game. That's unfortunate. I'm going to talk about this at the end. But I have so many thoughts and feelings about Saki's. And anyway, after that, Makoto and I come to Tsukiyama. Makoto and I made a promise to watch the sunrise together on the 7th. That scene was wild. It makes you realize that Sigma's been shifting his whole life, which makes you think how many times has this man actually escaped death, and all the other shifters too. Yeah, exactly. It's not only that, but if shifting is the moral quandary of like changing bodies, you're basically swapping bodies with the other person. How many people has Sigma technically killed, just murdered, for the sake of oops, I just slipped and fell. Why does he do that? Makoto and I made a promise to watch the sunrise together on the 7th. April 7th. The first morning. The first sunrise we see slowly rises above the golden sea. Time melts away. It must mean to be released from the infinite loop. The end of the cape. It probably means the literal end of the cape beneath the sea. We are now free. Yuka? Does this mean it's all over? No, Makoto. Nothing at all is over. It's only just begun. Makoto? Will you be with me forever? Yeah, I'll always be by your side, Yuka. From here on out, for eternity, we'll be together. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. Faceless Makoto. I still think this sprite... He's always faceless in all of them, to be fair. But this one is the most disturbing of them. Bathed in the dazzling morning light, Makoto and I share our first kiss. It's like a kiss between two people who have been together for years, familiar and affectionate. If someone were to look at us, they would never think we had just met 8 days ago. But that might be obvious. After all, Makoto and I have spent countless eons together. We don't actually know that. That's not confirmed. That's just what you think. Yuka's legs are so long in this photo for some... Sorry. I was like... Just like has nothing to do with anything. But anyway... There it is. It's Never 7, the end of infinity. As it fades... Once said of a young boy, the two brothers were always together no matter what, so that's why even when they died, they wanted to be together. The immortal Pollux begged of Zeus, "Release me from my immortality." His wish granted, the two were lifted up to the sky, becoming the constellation that shines in the winter. That was auto-scrolling there. Interesting. Never 7, the end of infinity. We're getting credits for this one, though, and this sounds like the special song that played at the end of the Cure route. Oh, it is. It is. I'm guessing it's gonna have the same spoilery, I don't know, art that it had at the end, at the end of that one, too. Yay! This is such an early 2000s, like, way to end the whole game. It's like, yeah, let's go celebrate. So old school. Anyway. It's still unnerving that we know so much about all these characters and we see the others so often, yet we never really see Makoto's face. Yeah, to be fair, it's not a problem with this game specifically, but I'm just not a huge fan at all of the faceless main character. It's so weird and creepy, I will say. This is the second time they brought up a French naming convention reference. Yeah, I'm guessing maybe Uchikoshi was on his French era arc. He was like, I love French, let's go study it for a little bit. Or maybe somebody on the team. Somebody on the team was on their French era. That makes no sense. Release me from my immortality. So turn me into an immortal star. I guess the story they don't make sense. It doesn't have to make sense. But that was Never 7, the end of infinity. Even the end of the infinity. Do I have any special remarks for this one? We still have one more ending to do. We're probably going to do that next time along with the grand finale. That stream might go a little over, so it might be like, I don't know, 3 or 4 hours or so, depending on how long the grand finale is. However, I don't know. I don't know if I've said anything, if I haven't said anything already. I think that it would have been more interesting, honestly, if Cure ending theme song, Treasure Dream, there we go. I think that this would have been more interesting had Yuka's route just been the Yuka Cure route and we never get to see it from Makoto's perspective. I think maybe that would be a little bit more interesting. Or if they're gonna do this where you have to see it, at the very least, I want it to be like... you can significantly skip through a lot of the dialogue, because a lot of it very much is the exact same. You don't have to see so much of it. Let me take a sip of water. Yeah. Here's the spoiler stuff. This is these don't exist. These never happened. Will I ever get to see them? Is this gonna be the grand finale? I want to know. I want to know desperately. There are certain things, there's certain concepts and ideas in this game where it's like, I really do wish that the story was just better executed to explore these things a little bit more. There's a panty shot over there from YUKA. Great, YUKA. Thank you for letting us know. Certain things, I think the whole thing with YUKA being like so trauma riddled that she's like, that, I don't know, seeing it from her perspective, I think to me really helps, really helps solidify. It's not just that, it's not just like, wow, you're so similar to this boy, yada, yada, yada. But it really is just like, she can't move on from the past. And I think that's an interesting concept. It would have been more interesting in a story that is better executed. Again, this is how I feel about Saki as well, where it's just like, Saki could be an interesting character. She doesn't have to be a good, like, she doesn't have to be a likable character per se, but she could be like an incredibly interesting character in a story that was better executed, you know, if that makes sense. Or a story that was willing to explore that a little bit more. So that's how I feel about that. Otherwise, I'm glad that I still went back and played through it, because this is one of the better parts of the game, I will say. Still not I still think Izumi Cure is my favorite, but I don't know. Izumi Cure is my favorite, probably followed by Kurumi's route. And then maybe this route, to be honest. I would say, or like my top 3, I'm guessing. There's still one more good end to get. I don't know. I don't know if there's gonna be that much of a difference, but yeah, that's what I would say is my top 3 so far. So that was Never 7, the end of Infinity. Next time is the last time, I think. Unless this friggin' grand finale is 8 hours long. I can't imagine. The game has been pretty good about following a very specific format. Next time will be the last time that we look at Never 7. So I mean, I don't know how there's gonna be a grand finale, because to me, again, it seems pretty obvious at this point that Izumi's like delusion theory is just wrong, and nothing was going on basically in Izumi's route. We thought it was time travel, but it wasn't. We thought it was delusions, but it wasn't. Nothing was going on. It was just normal. But in every other route, everyone else's routes, it's literally just been time travel. So, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what to think about that. I think we have our answers there. It's like a pretty simple story, all things considered. It just makes me, again, think about Izumi and why it is the case, and why is it called the Cure route? I still don't know. Why is it called the YUKA Cure route? Maybe we'll get the answer in the good end number 1. But the 7 will finally end. Yes, it will never 7 finally end. It will never 8, I guess. No. It will ever 7 even. Yay! And that's how we get to ever 11. I still think the Cure syndrome ties into it all, somehow. Also the clone plot. Yeah. I think the clone plot was really, it almost feels, relatively in the grand scheme of things, it almost feels like a red herring of like, wait, clones are real? Wait, clones, this is a whole thing? Wait, what? But it's just kind of there to detract from, I don't know, from the bigger picture of what could be Cure syndrome and what could be, you know, the time travel and stuff like that. Like, the characters are pretty low-key and chill, if that makes sense. The characters are pretty low-key and chill about cloning, except for Saki, because Saki is Saki, obviously. So that's a little bit different. But the characters are pretty low-key and chill about the idea of clones and cloning. So I feel like it's a little bit of a shock, but it's not the craziest thing in the world, if that makes sense. So I'd be interested if the game does anything with it, but I don't think so. At least not in this game. Maybe for Ever 11. But let me go ahead and look for somebody to raid. If anyone's online. Saruka's online. Saruka's online, and I got super scared. I was like, what time is it? What time is it? Why is Saruka online? Why are they online? It's just 1. It's fine. It's fine. Let's go say hello to them. It's been like a while, a long time. They're playing Hades 2. I have not really checked out a whole lot about Hades 2. It looks like Hades 1 again, so I had no real interest to play it. But I played originally the original Hades like in my off time, and I really enjoyed it. It was pretty good. So let's go ahead and say hello. Also, the boy from Yuka's past, knowing what I know about Uchikoshi and Zero Escape, he always ties everything together in the final ending, even if it didn't relate to the stuff. The gameplay is mostly the same, but with the update. Oh, this is a separate comment. The separate comment. To respond to that one, I agree with you, definitely, but I'm also... The only reason I'm cautious about that is because this is Uchikoshi's, like... This is the very first game where he's credited as a major writer, if that makes sense. And it's not only him. There's somebody else who's credited as a major writer of the game. So this isn't technically like this is his game per se. And also, the game that people talk about is also Ever 11 and not really this game. So I wasn't expecting anything like too insane coming into this game, but still, we'll see. I have to take a sip of water before I end this. And good thing too, because I'm out of water. I am out of water. Gosh darn it. The gameplay is mostly the same, but with updated abilities and a brand new story. Yeah, I figured as much. Maybe the story is good, but I don't know how much of an interest I have in checking it out. We'll see. Maybe I'll lurk around and stream for a bit. See what it's like. Raid Saruka streams. Is this correct? It's correct. Yippee! Alright. Well, if you are here, thank you so much for hanging out for a little bit. I really appreciate it. I will be back tomorrow with a brand new game. I will be here with Little Goody Two Shoes. It's gonna be the horror game of the month. Hopefully it's not too scary. But we'll talk about that when I get the game set up and stuff like that. Have a wonderful rest of your night or day or whatever time it is, everyone. Bye bye.